Before you chase confidence, ask yourself this. If everything you depend on was taken away, your money, your looks, your validation, would any part of you remain standing? Most men avoid this question because deep down, they know the answer is no. Most men don't lack confidence. They lack evidence that they're someone worth being confident in. Because we live in a time where men are drowning in information, but starving for identity. And here's the brutal truth. A man who doesn't know who he is will always depend on the world to tell him. Confidence isn't gifted, it's not taught, it's forged in places most men run from. And if you want unshakable confidence, the kind that makes people feel your presence before you say a word, you must learn what the Stoics knew. 1. Marcus Aurelius. Master the inner kingdom first. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, yet he said the real war is inside your mind. The modern man thinks confidence comes from achievements, cause, muscles, status, followers. But Marcus would look him in the eye and say, what you conquer externally means nothing if you remain a slave internally. Confidence begins with one question. Do you control your mind, or does your mind control you? Your habits, impulses, cravings, emotions. The man ruled by them can never be confident because he never knows when they will betray him. Unshakable confidence comes from mastering your reactions, holding your emotions at command, knowing you can rely on yourself when pressure hits. Because once you can lead yourself, you walk like a man who can lead anything. Modern men lose confidence because they react too quickly. They let emotions hijack their actions. They're controlled by impulses. They crumble when things don't go their way. Marcus would call this the behavior of a man who has not yet ruled himself. True confidence begins when you start telling your mind, you work for me now. Unshakable confidence appears when you learn to observe your thoughts without obeying them. Stay calm in chaos. Control your reactions. Maintain your standards when tested. A man who can govern his inner world can walk into any room and feel no need to prove anything. Because he knows, if I can handle myself, I can handle anything. 2. Seneca. Discomfort is the trainer of great men. Seneca believed most men suffer more from imagination than reality. You fear what might happen. You avoid what challenges you. You worry about things that never occur. Seneca would say, a man protected from hardship loses the strength to face it. Look at modern life. Endless entertainment, endless distractions, endless escapes, endless comfort. Men are overstimulated, over-entertained, and under-disciplined. Seneca would say, you fear challenges not because they are hard, but because comfort has softened you. Comfort kills confidence because it kills resilience. True confidence is built when you willingly do things that stretch you. Cold showers, waking before you want to, saying no, taking responsibility, sticking to your word, resisting temptations, going to the gym when tired, speaking your truth, even when your voice shakes, holding discipline when motivation dies. Comfort makes you timid. Discomfort makes you powerful. Seneca's hidden psychology. Expose yourself to voluntary hardship, not because life is cruel, but because it prepares you to walk through life unafraid. Confidence comes from the phrase, I've done harder things than this. 3. Epictetus. Stop trying to control what isn't yours. Epictetus was born a slave, yet became one of the strongest philosophical minds in history. He teaches this brutal truth. You suffer not from events, but from your judgment of them. Modern men feel powerless because they want people to like them. They want outcomes guaranteed. They want perfection. They want approval. They want certainty. Epictetus would laugh and say, you give away your peace in exchange for illusions. Confidence comes from reclaiming your power. You control your effort, your response, your character, your habits, your decisions, not other people's opinions, luck, opportunities, timing, validation. Once you stop trying to control what isn't yours, your mind stops living in fear. And when fear dies, confidence takes its place.
Zeno founded Stoicism after losing his ship, his wealth, everything. He built confidence from absolute zero. His lesson: confidence is not posture or bravado, it is integrity. Most men try to be confident through fashion, aesthetics, pretending, noise, ego, showing off, trying to look alpha. But Zeno taught: confidence built on performance collapses under pressure. Real confidence comes from integrity. Do you keep your promises? Do your actions match your words? Do you stand by your principles when tested? Are you the same person privately and publicly? Can you look at yourself without flinching? A man aligned with his values walks with a natural, effortless power. Because he never fears being exposed. There is nothing to expose, he is exactly who he claims to be. When your actions match your principles, your confidence stands like stone. 5. Machiavelli: respect comes to men who command themselves. Machiavelli understood power better than anyone. He believed confidence is strategic, psychological. And here's his brutal message to modern men: if you do not respect yourself, the world never will. Self-respect is not a feeling. It is a standard. Machiavelli would say: stop letting your emotions dictate everything. Stop tolerating disrespect. Stop giving energy to people who drain you. Stop apologizing for wanting more from life. Confidence comes from being a man with boundaries. Not aggressive. Not passive. Just firm. Machiavelli understood human nature. Not the polite version. The real version. He knew people follow men who respect themselves, set boundaries, are not easily manipulated, do not beg for validation, are decisive and firm. Machiavelli would tell modern men: if you hunger for approval, you become easy to control. Confidence collapses when you fear rejection, you tolerate disrespect, you betray your own standards, you apologize for existing, you chase people who don't value you, you allow others to dictate your worth. Self-respect is the foundation of confidence. When a man knows his worth, he doesn't seek permission to exist. He doesn't bargain for attention. He doesn't shrink himself for acceptance. He stands firm like a mountain. And people feel it immediately. The man who tolerates nothing that weakens him walks with a presence that cannot be faked. 6. Sun Tzu: the man who knows himself cannot be defeated. Sun Tzu's entire philosophy centers on one truth: victory belongs to the man who understands his battlefield. For modern men, your battlefield is your life. Sun Tzu would say: you are defeated when you don't know who you are or what you want. The modern man's confidence is shaky because he has no clear mission. He lives by impulse, not purpose. His direction changes with trends. He imitates others instead of knowing himself. You can't be confident without direction. A man without mission walks with uncertainty. A man without self-awareness moves like a shadow of himself. Sun Tzu believed self-knowledge makes you unstoppable because you stop comparing yourself. You stop doubting yourself. You stop fearing the unknown. You stop chasing what isn't for you. You stop being confused about your identity. Sun Tzu's psychology is simple. Know yourself deeply. Know your strengths. Know your weaknesses. Know your desires. Know your fears. A man who knows himself walks with clarity. And clarity creates confidence that can't be broken. In a nutshell, confidence comes from 3 pillars. Pillar 1, self-mastery, which involves your mind, emotions, habits, and discipline. Pillar 2, self-respect, which highlights boundaries, values, in promises and keeping promises. Pillar 3, self-knowledge, which acknowledges purpose, strengths, weaknesses, and direction. If even one pillar is missing, your confidence will always feel shaky.